What is up and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Behind me is my Ram 1500 Rebel, and today I'm going to talk about 5 things that really piss me off about it.
Get man, and that's a reverse. Never rehearse. Jumping in first. Call up the nurse, put the beat in the hearse. This is absurd. Take the berserk. Don't get on the tracks, man, and they better swerve. Don't got a nerve, man, I never curse.
So first off, I'd just like to say that I really am enjoying this truck. This is my first truck, and I'd recommend it to anyone who's looking for a new half-ton with a V8. Amazing. I love the interior. I love a lot of things about it. I did a video on that. You can check it up right here. But today we're talking about the things that I don't really like, and there's a couple of them, and I'm not nitpicking here. Some of them have to do with the 1500 model, some of them have to do with the Ram Rebel, the specific variant, but let's get into that.
I know it's disputed. I gotta keep going. They see what my route is. I tell you I run this. I'm done with excuses.
So first off, I'd like to start with the engine. The 5.7 liter Hemi that is well known for being very old. We've had it since 2003. Yes, it's been through a couple of updates on the way, but it's pretty much had the same horsepower rating, same torque rating as we always remember. And a lot of brands nowadays, whenever they do a refresh, they add a little bit of horsepower, like 5 horsepower, 10 horsepower, something like that. Something incremental that just makes you feel like you're owning something a little bit newer, a little bit better, but they haven't done that with this, and that is really unfortunate. The second thing about the engine is how much fuel it uses. It is a gas guzzler. It uses way more fuel than any of the competition. That personally doesn't affect me too much here in Bahrain because fuel is cheap, but it could affect you and you should know about it. The second thing that's quite annoying is that Ram will easily talk about all the functions that you can get with this truck, all the tech, all the goodies, and journalists will really talk about all the good stuff and always present you with the limited variant. Well, if you don't get a limited, you don't get a lot of the stuff that you see in those videos. You need to spend a lot of money in add-ons and packages to get everything to make this truck actually what it is when you see it in commercials. And what I'm talking about is, for example, this USB hub, that's not standard. These switches, mostly not standard as well. This screen, not standard. If you don't have a Rebel, axle lock and all that is not standard. Heated seats and heated steering wheel, not standard. You know, obviously the sunroof is not standard, but there's a lot of things that if you don't get, you're gonna be in a world of trouble and you won't like it as much as you would if you'd have more options in it. A lot of that tech is also bundled in, so you can't pick and choose exactly what you want, what you don't want. I mean, yes, that cuts down on production costs and all that, but you know, it gives you a CD player. I mean, yes, you can say that about a lot of different vehicles and brands, but one thing you have to understand is that the base price, whenever you hear about it, is nothing like what you would want to drive. So I made a video about all the options that you should get if you're getting a 1500, and you can check it out right here. The third thing that I really don't like, and that was an issue for me when buying this truck, is the fact I didn't know whether I wanted to go for a limited or a Rebel. I like the look of the Rebel, I like its aggressive stance, I like the aggressive tires, and I also like the off-road capabilities in form of the Bilstein shocks. But I also like to have cooled seats, especially in this region where it gets really hot. Cool seats are a lifesaver. I have them in my Hellcat, I really enjoy them. They're a must-have, but in the Rebel, you cannot, there's no way you can get cool seats. While the Limited has them cooled in the front and the back, I would love to have that. I would even pay for it, but I just can't. Another thing is wireless charging. The Limited gets that. You can install it right from the factory. This doesn't, but you can order it as an accessory. That doesn't make sense to me. Why can't you just order it with your truck? If it's an accessory, you should be able to order it anyways. I mean, it's just those little things that annoy you, because you know that it would be so easy for Ram to actually put those in the truck that you have, but they don't offer it. Another thing you can't get are the powered running boards. You can get them in the Limited, as I mentioned before, but you can't get them on the Rebel, which to me is really weird, because these, as you shall now see,
okay, enough. There you go.
Hang a bit low and you can hit them. It basically, you know, takes away clearance from you. Yeah, you can get the rock guards that are a bit shorter and they don't stick out as much, save your body from getting hit or like the paint chipping, but then it's harder to get in. For me, it's no problem, but for my wife, for my kids or whatever, it's kind of a difficulty. Again, why didn't Ram offer the option to get power running boards? Simple. They have it in the Limited. Why can't they have it in the Rebel?
Kick it like I'm Pele. I never care what they say. Put myself on Spotify, so every day my payday. That's right, I'm coming back like OJ, like a running back in his old days. Still rocking those OJs.
Something else I would advise to every future or present Ram 1500 owner is to turn off this rear parking assistance nonsense. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Over here you have your setup in the big screen. You go to the settings, go to safety and driving assistance, you go to park sense, and you have rear park sense braking assist. And what that does basically is that when you're backing up and the truck feels like you're going to hit something, it will brake for you, which is a great feature in theory. But in practice, I've had a couple of occasions where I'd be backing up and the truck would just slam on the brakes for no reason. There'd be nothing coming from any direction, and it would just trip out and just brake on me. One, that's very annoying, and two, it's kind of scary when it happens because it just suddenly brakes really hard. Not really sure why that's happening, if it's a glitch or if it's something that can be fixed with software in the future, but it is very annoying. I turned it off and now it's fine. So, I mean, you can deal with it. Most of these issues could actually be avoided very easily, and that's why I'm so mad at it, because it's such a missed opportunity. I'm pretty sure that Ram might look at some of these things in the future, get customer feedback, and maybe change them. That's a good thing, that, you know, they're not like huge, massive issues that could really break the truck. I still enjoy it a lot, and I absolutely adore this truck and would recommend everyone to get one if you're looking for a half-ton truck. Absolutely amazing experience so far. There's one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that's the navigation system. This is quite a nice screen here, like very crisp. It's quite quick to move around, but one thing I've noticed with it is that the other day I had to go to one of the embassies over here, and I used Google Maps from my house to see how long it would take me to get there so I could get there on time for my appointment. Once I got into the truck, obviously I didn't want to hold the phone in my hand, and I don't have a phone holder just yet, so I put it down and entered the address into the navigation system. The navigation system pointed out to a completely different area. Actually, well, not that far, but it was like a mile or 2 miles off. Upon reaching the area using Google Maps, it was the right place, the right embassy. I guess there's some issue with these maps not being updated, so if you are willing to spend more money to get a big navigation screen or navigation, or you're upgrading because you just want navigation, you might want to rethink that. I don't know when they will be updating these maps, or if they have maybe an update that they didn't install, but that will be kind of weird in a brand new truck, not putting in the latest map system. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. At the end of this video, there's a screen where you can watch my 2,000 mile review on the truck, as well as 5 things you definitely need to look at when you're ordering a brand new truck. Make sure your dealership doesn't screw you over if you don't have one of those equipment levels. Anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.